Hi everyone, hope you are doing good. Welcome to the next video on my YouTube channel. My name is Saurabh Bharti, Microsoft Dynamics 365 professional. This is the platform where I come and share my knowledge and experience with you all. So today's video is the continuation of the series where I'm talking about the features and the new development which we have in Microsoft Dynamics 365 using the Copilot and AI. In the last video, I have spoken about what are the different categories or the features which we have in F&O as of now, and we spoke about one of the feature where how we can enable the Copilot experience within the finance and operation, where you can ask a few queries and this Copilot can respond with your standard out of the box, like what Microsoft documentation is available along with the link. Now let's take a step one more step further, and today we are going to talk about a feature within the finance area and see that how Copilot is going to help us in the finance area which using this new capability. So let's start with this. So this is the quick chart which I have presented in the last video as well. So today we are going to talk about two things together. So there is a difference between Copilot in D365 Finance and Operation, and there is a difference between Copilot for Finance. So the for Finance is the Office 365 which comes with Outlook and the Excel, and in D365 is for the support for the within the finance and operations, the different features which we have it. So today we are going to talk about combine together Copilot in D365 Finance, as well as we are going to talk about Copilot for Finance using the Outlook. Let's understand the use case, what we are going to do. So we are going to explore the functionality which we have got in the credit and collection area, where there is a feature which is release collection coordinator workspace summary. So we are going to utilize that feature and see that how that works with the Copilot, and then also see that how it can work with Copilot for Finance. So the use case is there is a collection agent who views the outstanding and the status of current outstanding for each customer, can see the history of the collection activities, like what are the, let's say if you have done the follow-ups, or if you have done the payments, if you have received the payments, or you have sent in collection letter or anything. And then we can see that how Copilot can help us in getting the summary about the current status of that particular customer, and how we can do the how we can send the reminder email using the Copilot. And then we are going to look at the Copilot for Finance Outlook capabilities and see that how that helps us in responding to the emails to the customer with this finance and operation invoices, as well as the finance and operation customer. So how these both can also work together, that is also we are going to check today. So without further delay, let's start the demo and let's see that how it looks. Now before starting, I think in the last video I have not discussed about the configuration part in very detailed manner. So we'll touch base on, at least from the functional side, that what are the configurations or the steps which you can do to enable the Copilot in your finance and operations. So this is the official talk which we have it. So we will follow this. So if we go with this, we have the option of looking at the countries and the regions where it is available. Most I think currently it is mostly available in the US region, but I think sooner it is going to be available in all other regions, though it is also available for me in the European region, where I have my sandbox deployed. But you can check it. If it is not available, you can check on this particular guide, and also you can reach out to Microsoft if it is not available. Now the next thing is that you should have the cloud hosted environment deployed. It should be integrated with Power Platform. So how do you check that? So you can go to the Power Platform, and here you can see in your environment like whether you have the you can see that whether you have the Dataverse and it is enabled for this particular environment. So you need to have that available for you. Then another thing is that either you want to use the Copilot in finance or in supply chain. Both there you need to have in your Dynamics 365 there is a license configuration, and that should be enabled for you. So how do you check that? So what I can do is that I can go to Dynamics 365 system admin, and then I can check the license configuration here. So this license configuration should be SQL. It should be enabled for us. If it is not enabled, you can put the environment in the maintenance mode, and then you can enable this. The step 2 first is to navigate to now go to Power Platform Admin Center, and then you should have publish bots with AI features. This should be enabled for you. So how do we check this? So we go to Power Platform, and then it has given the navigation also. So you can go to the settings, and then you can check this thing. So I can go here and I can go to settings, and I can check it here. This is allow this Copilot for AI features. With AI features it is there, and if it is not enabled, you just enable this and then click on the save. So that is the step 2 which you need to follow. The step 3 is if you are using finance or supply chain, depending on which feature you want to use, you should install that particular application for your environments. Or how do you install that? So what you can do, you can open your environment, go to the Dynamics 365 apps here, and if you see all your apps here, like I have this finance and the supply chain both installed here. But if you do not have, you click on this installed app, and you should have that app available here in this particular list, and you can select this and then install it, and it should be with the status of installed. Apart from that, you also need to have the security role. I have spoken about what security roles you should have it. So you should have a AIB security role and finance and operation AI security role for your user. How you can check that security role? You again go back to Power Platform. Here you see the list of users which are available. You can select your user here, and then you can click on the manage security role, and then make sure that all the security roles which are required are available for you here. Okay, so once that is done, you have your finance and operation environment enabled with your Copilot capabilities. Now we are going to talk about one of the feature, which is your collection coordinator summary workspace, which require your Copilot for finance installed. So if you click on the learn more, this is going to open this guide for you. So if you look at this, it is telling what roles you should have it. It is also saying that which reason it is available, but most of the times Microsoft Doc is kind of updating regularly. So there are more developments happening, so this doc might not be up to date with the information, so you have to check it by yourself. But you should have all these roles available. You should go to your Power Platform and install my finance and operation virtual entity first. So if I go to this thing, and then if I go to Dynamics 365 apps, so I should have finance and operations virtual entity app installed in my environment. That is the first thing which I should have it, and that is applicable both for supply chain and the finance both. So if you see, I have this installed. The next thing which I have to do is I have to install the Copilot in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance. This link is broken right now. It is pointing to the app source, but as I said, you can click on the install app and then you can install the app directly using this install app option, and I have installed this for me now. So I have this also available for me. So after that, you assign the roles. As you saw in the first page, it's a first step itself. We have assigned the role. You should have license configuration available, and that's it. Once that is done, you can come here and you can enable this particular feature. So that is the part for enabling this feature, enabling the Copilot in finance and operations, and installing the required apps which you need for the Copilot to work. Okay. Apart from that, we are also going to talk about the Copilot for finance, where we are going to use the Outlook in this case. I have posted the first video in this particular playlist. If you go and watch the first video, that was Copilot for finance, that I have explained that how do you enable and then subscribe for the preview version which is available right now. And if you go there, I have shown the Excel, but similarly you can install the Outlook version as well for yourself. Once that is done, that's the prerequisites for you, and once that is done, you are good to start with the use case. So our use case is that once that is done, let's say I'm as a collection agent, I have this workspace now available for me. I open this workspace and I see I can quickly have a look about the summary. So this is called as the summary workspace, where for all the customer it is showing what are the highest balance available. It is sorting based on that, what is the current balance, credit limit available, and if you have configured the risk score, it is going to tell you the risk score as well. Then on the right hand side, you also have for each customer the outstanding based on the aging. So aged balance is there. And then also on the top, it highlights the list of activity. If you want to create a new activity against any customer, you can directly do it from here. So now let's take an example of one of the customers. So if I select one customer here, US001, it is telling me that I have two activities, collection activities I have created for this. This is my current outstanding, and this is my aged balance kind of a distribution which I have it for this. Now, if I want to create a new activity to follow up, I can just click here and then do it. And this is a standard stuff which you have as part of this workspace. There is no role of the Copilot here. Okay. Now let's take an example. You have already sent some reminders for the invoices and things, and how do you check that the invoices are available for you or not? So that is where it comes to it is the collection coordinator summary. Okay, now there is a one detailed workspace which is available, and how do you navigate to that? For that, what you need to do is that you need to click on the name here. Okay, you cannot identify any button here. I think Microsoft have improved this and give some separate button, but right now it's kind of a very hidden workspace. So you have to click on this, and then what it will do, it will take you to the another workspace. So if you go to your feature management, we have two workspaces: collection coordinator workspace and summary. The first one was the summary, and now when I clicked on the name, it has given me the collection coordinator workspace. Okay, now this is where you have both Copilot and the standard features available. Now based on the Copilot, what it is suggesting, it is giving you the summary view about this particular customer, that it has a excellent credit rating and recently defaulted on this. So it is telling you all the information which this can find out for you, and it has this thing. Now again, this is a AI generated text. You need to be careful before you use it. So now we can go ahead and dig down and see that if there are open transactions here, so we can check all the open transactions here. If you want to update the status, we can do this. So all your standard collection activities can be performed from here. You have the disputed invoices list, you have promised to pay, unsettled payments. So all the information for a collection agent which is required in the system is available here. On the right hand side, you even have the recent history that okay, there was a collection letter sent on this, there was an invoice generated, if there was a payment, and you can even filter based on any of the activity. Let's say I want to look at like, is there any payment received from this? So yeah, last time the payment received was on this particular date. So I have all these options here. So this is my standard collection workspace which I have got as part of this feature, which is really good to use even if you are using the Copilot or not. Now next thing is the Copilot is providing me all these summary about this particular customer. So that is the additional feature which is coming as part of your Copilot. The second thing which is it is giving me that I can create a reminder email and send it to this customer that you have some outstanding disputes or some credit amounts are there, so can you pay or something. So let's see what email it is going to suggest us, and then if you want to send that, we can just send that to our customer. So I have an option that it is asking me will be created by AI. Make sure your AI content is complete, accurate and appropriate before using. So do you want to create? So I will say yes, and let's see what this is going to create for us. So if you see it, this has created drafted the email for me based on the content what was written on my workspace. If I feel like it is good content to send it out, I can send this to the customer, and it is saying that this outstanding invoice, so it is an urgent. I hope this email finds you well. Writing, there are 3 outstanding invoices worth of this, so and so it is kind of creating the content and AI based content, and this can be sent to your customer. So it is kind of helping you out, but it is up to you. Before you send this, you should review it and then send it to your customer. Now let's come back to our workspace. So now, for example, till now we have seen that how the collection coordinator summary and the detailed workspace looks like, and what is the role of the Copilot here till now. So we have a summary, we have the reminder email option available. So as of now, that is the development which we have it. I'm hoping in future Microsoft is going to provide a lot of more options here. Now let's take in the second use case in this. Now we have sent an email to the customer, and customer has responded back saying that okay, I'm going to make the payment, but I have a dispute on one of the invoice which you have sent to me. So how Copilot for Finance, which is our Outlook, is going to help us. So let's look at that. So I have my Outlook available for me. So for example, let's say I have received this email from the customer, and then I'm going to look at this. So it is the customer US001 has sent that we have received your payment reminder for the invoice due this month. We will be making payment for this invoice, but we have a dispute for the invoice FT9. So now customer is disputing one. So now what we can do with the Copilot for Finance, let's look at that. Now if you see, I have an add-in installed for my account. So this is how it looks. So the moment this is there, if I click on this, this is going to open the Copilot for Finance add-in on the right hand side. And first thing which it did is that it has summarized this email. So it is telling me the user has acknowledged the payment reminder for the invoice due for this month and has promised to make a payment for invoice 2. But it is also telling me that the user had dispute concerning about the invoice 9. So user has not specified the nature of the dispute on the invoice. So it is also telling that it is not explained in the email that why that dispute has happened. Now bottom, if you see, the wonder is that based on this particular email from where the email has been sent out has been marked on my customer master. Now based on that email, it is also telling me that this is coming possibly from these 3 customers where this email address has been marked. So if I select one of the customer here, I can just quickly check that it is also connected with my Dynamics 365 environment, and it is fetching all the basic information from the customer master. It is giving me the same aging information, which if I go and move, it is giving me on my collection workspace. So it is completely integrated with your D365 Finance and Operation. So this is for finance, Copilot for Finance, not in F&O. And it is also telling me all the outstanding invoices. So I have 2 outstanding invoices, out of which customer has promised to pay for one, but another one is having the dispute. And then it is also telling me the list of activities which I have, recent activities on this customer. So system is kind of working really closely together, like Outlook and the Finance and Operation, and it is Copilot is helping us in drafting, summarizing, getting the information very quickly. Now let's take an example. If it was a manual activity, after looking at that email, user would have gone to the finance application, could have searched for this customer, would have searched for this particular invoice and look at those details, but you have all that information available here. If you even want to look at that, okay, this invoice 9 is what, so you can just quickly check it here that okay, this invoice ID is this, is the voucher, this was the date, this was this, then this is the amount. Now let's take it a step forward. Now collection agent is looking at this email and found that the custom invoice 9 is disputed. So what has to be done? Now, if the collection agent needs to update the state as a dispute because customer is not going to pay, how do you do that? Do you go back to the this workspace and say that this particular invoice is, you change the status to dispute? No, you can do it directly from this. So how do you do it? So you click on these 3 dots here and you have got the update status here. So you click on the update, and here you have an same options, and you can say it is a disputed, and you can select the date and then you can save it. So you are able to take the action based on the email which has been received, and you are able to make a decision and update that information in Microsoft Dynamics 365 through the Outlook itself. So now if we go back to our Outlook and let's look at whether we have this invoice marked as disputed or not. So if I go, so if you see immediately this invoice is available as a disputed invoice for me. Okay, so if I also check on my all the payment status, right, so all the activities which I have historically here, I think I can check it like there was a task which was there, but yeah, so this immediately shows in my disputed invoices. So that's what you can do it with the Copilot for Finance. So one, it has suggested us summarize the email summary. We can see the customer information directly from here. We can look at the invoices from here, and then we can take the action on that particular invoice to update that. Now what else we can do? If you see in the bottom, it is showing me the email from where the contact has from where the invoice has come. So it is showing me that. Now if I want, I can click on the add and I can add this particular email address to any of my customer. So I can select this. Okay, this is the contact I want to save. So Saurabh, and I can add my name here, the contact name, and then I can select the which customer I want to add this. So let's say I want to add to US 001, or I think it was US -001. So let's see. So it is giving me, so USMF I want to add, and I can add other information and email address and then save this. So this is going to also help me in saving the contact information to the to the customer master. So once that is done, so I have summarized my email, taken the action based on that, updated this, and now I can also have the ask the Copilot for Finance to give me the reply. So I can ask for suggest reply, and then I can say that updated, say that thank you email to customer for processing one invoice and an update on putting other invoice to dispute, and we will take action on that soon. So let's say if I put some guidance and see that what it is going to draft for me. Okay, so if you see this, it has drafted the email. Now this email is that I hope this email finds you well. We appreciate your prompt response and you're going to pay. So it has quickly found out the invoice number also, and then it is also saying we have registered the concern of our invoice and all these things. Now if I feel like this is a good email, I can just add it to the draft, and then it is going to be sent to the customer based on the drafted email. So if you see, this has automatically drafted the email, detecting the customer and everything. Yep. So this is what I had for giving you the demo in Copilot, in Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Copilot in finance and operation. Hope this is going to help you in understanding this feature. I understand there are a lot of information available, but I'm trying to help you out in breaking this into small videos and provide you the information as much as possible. I'm also learning like a AI model in this, so based on the Microsoft information I'll be updating you. But just to summarize, in this particular video we spoke about how to install and configure the Copilot for Finance, Copilot in Finance and Operations, and also we looked at the prerequisite steps for configuring the same. We looked at the collection coordinator workspace, summary workspace, looked at the AI generated text, looked at the generate reminder email, looked at that how Copilot for Finance Outlook can help us in doing the same activity and working closely along with this particular feature. That's it for this video. Hope this is going to help you out, and see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.